And since I haven't been able to play a lot the previous week, I jumped in to get some quick battles going, but I have struggled getting opponents that... There have been some good opponents, but I've struggled finding opponents that, let's just say, that play the game in a more conventional way with balanced armies. And this is one such example. The map is Carthago. I'm going to move a bit towards the side. I'm not really going to redline camp, I'm just going to move towards the side at first. I chose Pergamon because I haven't tried them a lot. So my opponent is Bactria. I have 6 Agema spears. They are Thureo spears with better melee stats and better armor. Then I have 2 Levy pikemen up front, 2 slingers, 2 archers, 4 citizen cavalry or citizen cavalry. Then I have 2 Thureos. So and 2 picked peltasts. So I'm expecting your standard Bactrian army with some horse archers, maybe an elephant, a lot of cavalry for sure, and some decent mid-tier infantry. So the way I've set up my army here is to be able to kite away and always have a layer of missiles to be able to do damage with. So if I have to pull away these guys can do damage. If I have to pull away these guys, then the guys behind them can do damage, and so on. So that can work nicely against armies that try to rush you. And then if I get into a desperate situation, I have these pikes that I can use to momentarily buy myself some time. And here's a nice little family of, looks like wolves on Carthago. So that's interesting. Desert wolves. I don't know if there were wolves in northern Africa during this time period, but something tells me there weren't. I'm not sure though. So I see 4 horse archers and I think, okay, this is probably standard Bactrian stuff. Then I see 2 more horse archers, so now we have 6 horse archers, a mix of Bactrian horse and Scythian horse archers. 7 horse archers, okay, this is going to be fun. 8 horse archers, surely there can't be any 9 horse archers, okay. So total of 9 horse archers. These Bactrian horse archers are quite decent in melee. So what I want to do now is I want to move up and get myself some high ground. I don't want to have the horse archers be able to fire down at me. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 still. I can only see 9 horse archers. What, didn't you bring any more? Oh yeah, you did. So 12 horse archers. This looks like it will be a fun battle. I'll just put it on fast forward. So I'll move up here and adopt a defensive position, see if there are any other units nearby. Sure there are. There are 2 more horse archers, so let's just count them now that we can see them all. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 horse archers. 14 horse archers, a Bactrian Royal Cavalry, and an Indian armored elephant. This is, without a doubt, the worst army I have seen in Total War Rome 2. It's just horrible. So, I'm surrounded here, not much I can do about it, but I'll try to keep my skirmishers alive. Try to skirmish a bit to make him use some ammunition on these Thureos, because they really aren't that essential. Keeping my skirmishers alive will be essential, of course. So I'm just going to take shots whenever I can and start chipping away at him. I'm putting these guys in square because that will allow them to fire in all directions. And I'm not too worried about missiles because these guys are firing uphill. That will reduce their missile damage. I have to be careful because one charge from these guys could decimate my skirmishers. They are fairly decent in skirmishing. He gets his horse archers caught here, his mercenary Scythians and his standard horse archers. So able to destroy them fairly effectively and eating a lot of missile fire with my Thureos, but that's fine. That's why I sent them out there. I want to take some pressure off the rest of my guys and hopefully do some damage, since I see that my opponent isn't pulling away from my horse archers. From my Thureo spears, I mean. So not a huge amount of kills on these guys, but definitely decent. The Agema spears have already killed quite a lot of horse archers. These guys haven't killed anyone yet, but they should kill them quite nicely when they get in range here. So second volley incoming. Yeah, doing very nice damage here, and my skirmishers are also getting some nice kills on the enemy horse archers. About even between the slingers and the archers. So these units of Thoreos got caught, didn't really do much, but it has been eating a lot of arrow fire, which was the point in sending it out. Wanting to give him something to focus on while I destroyed these horse archers over here. The Indian war elephants are going to destroy them, and firing into his own Indian war elephants like this, not a good move. He's not really going to make them run amok this way, but it definitely did some hit point damage. And I'm very content to camp here. I thought for a moment I would camp on this hill here. That would be a bit better, but because then I would be protected from this side. But I figured, nah, I can probably do this while just staying on this hill as well. So when you are surrounded by horse archers like this, there is no reason in moving at all, trying to push somewhere, because if I push one direction, I'll just find myself being annihilated by arrows from all directions. So this is the new DLC. It's the Total Bore Rome 2, making a sloppy ass box and waiting for my opponent to find the courage to ride into range. Keep in mind I only have slingers and archers. If my opponent chose to do so, he could ride in, annihilate my slingers and archers, and then I would be in a very tough spot indeed. But for some reason he has a lot of respect for my 2 slingers and 2 archers with his 14 horse archers. So that's going to enable me to actually win the skirmish fight, because he's being such let's call it cautious, because he's being so cautious with his 14 horse archers, because he doesn't have enough horse archers to be able to lose any. Quite like these guys. The Agema spears, very expensive though. Same with the picked peltasts. I see other players think they are pretty damn amazing because of their high amount of ammo and armor and shots per minute, missile damage, but to me they are way too expensive compared to units like Pontic peltasts and your standard skirmishers with good shields. When these guys charge in because of the loose formation, and when they get charged because of the loose formation and only being 90 men, they're not really going to be able to do much. And they are still light missile infantry, so when cavalry charges these guys, they're going to die very, very quickly. So I quite like the Thracian peltasts more. Here we have the Indian elephants. I just didn't get my pikes up, but the sheer firepower from all my Agema spears and from my picked peltast is going to take down the elephants very quickly indeed. My opponent is desperately trying to ride in and get at my skirmishers, but his archers are being stopped by a hail of fire, and this is why I have my units in square, so they don't have to change position in order to fire. And when he gets into my defensive formation, any cavalry unit is going to be destroyed very quickly by these Agema spears. So, elephants taken care of, general taken care of. That should make this fairly easy. Now I just need to skirmish away at his backturn horse archers. There are too many horse archers on the field for him to be able to micro effectively, I figure, so I'll just start attacking them, get them in range of my skirmish units, and yeah, picked peltasts are helping out, getting nice kills, but the slingers and the archers have really done a lot of damage to his skirmishers in this battle. I probably don't need to say why this is both bad and ugly. 14 horse archers is a mind-bogglingly cheesy army. There's just no way a standard army is going to have fun facing that type of setup. All cavalry armies are pretty bad, but going for 14 horse archers, some of them did get nice kills, but they were neutralized by my fairly standard balanced type of setup. But infantry spam is one thing, but with infantry spam at least you're going to try to engage, and you can catch infantry units, and but there really isn't any way to counter just a full stack of horse archers being played well. I mean, sure, they can run out of ammunition and then they're basically fucked. But if this was done by a player that focused on destroying all my skirmishing support, for example, and then focused on destroying the citizen cavalry, then this would have been a pretty short and brutal battle. Could have taken out the skirmishers, taken out the cavalry, and then sent in the elephants to wreak havoc. So please don't use all horse archer plus elephant armies in quick battle. I'm trying to get good games in here and it's so difficult. But if you are one of the players who likes to bring balanced builds and try nice armies in quick battles, thank you. You're a lot of the reason why I keep even trying to have fun in quick battles. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you again on the battlefield.